Hey guys, I'm Alicia and today we're making an autumn leaf necklace. So today we're making an autumn leaf necklace, and my inspiration behind the necklace is because I live in East Tennessee and all the leaves change colors and it's amazing. So if you've never been to East Tennessee, you need to come check it out and then you'll get super inspired by the leaves. So you're gonna need some type of material. You don't have to use leather, but what I have used in my necklace is leather. You can use jean, you can use just like velvet, you can use just regular fabric, but today I'm using leather. But you're gonna need a hole punch so that you can punch holes in whatever fabric you're using so that you can use the bead stringing wire to go through your leather or whatever material. You're gonna need a crimp to crimp the ends of your necklace. You're gonna need a cutter to cut the ends of your bead stringing wire to the size you need. You're gonna need your bead stringing wire. Love this stuff. You're gonna need some crimps, little babies right here, and just some normal scissors to cut your leather. You're gonna need some paper, because I like to draw my pattern out first before you put it on your leather so you don't ruin your leather or your material. A marker and some beads, and you're ready to go. So to start with the necklace, you want to get some paper, just like printer paper, and I like to draw my shapes out first so that you get them exactly how you want them before you put it onto your leather, because if you go ahead and just cut freehand, then you're probably not going to have the same pattern for each little leaf. So if you can see, I've already started cutting out some. I have a smaller one and a larger one, but all you do, it's pretty simple. I like to do it on the back of my leather so that the marker is on the back and not on the front. You can see I've started with another project on the back, but you'll just stick your leather or your pattern onto your leather and just trace it on. And I'm gonna go ahead and trace my smaller piece on here too. And that way, your leaves are the exact same size throughout your necklace. So from here, just take some normal scissors, or if you have leather cutters, I'm just kidding. But I would trace all of your patterns first and cut them out before you start your necklace. You're gonna need 6 pieces of the larger material and 6 pieces of the smaller material to make the necklace. Once you get them cut out, you can go back and kind of fix the edges and give them more of a round edge. But now you've got your pieces cut out and you're done with your pattern. And so now you want to hole punch all 12 pieces of your material on the edges. So you just come up to the top and hole punch. I like to kind of wiggle my hole punch around to give it more of a punch, because sometimes if you just punch it, it doesn't punch all the way through. So you're going to do that with all 12 pieces of your material. If you have any old scraps of leather laying around at home or whatever you want to do it out, you could do it out of paper if you wanted to. Okay, now that I've got my holes punched, I'm going to move on to the stringing part, which is super easy. This necklace is super easy. It can be for a beginner, it can be for intermediate. It's just a fun necklace and you're going to love it. So we're going to move on to stringing now. So I cut it out with the gold just to show you guys how to start the template, but I really want to make it in the brown because I've already cut all of those out and I had more of that leather. So I'm going to go with the brown, but this just shows you that you can use any material. Okay, so you can see here's the little pieces that I cut. and then here's the big pieces. So 6 of the big pieces and 6 of the small. I went ahead and already hole punched each one in the corners. Okay, so you're gonna need a bead. I like the longer beads, but you can use round beads, whatever you wanna use, but you're gonna need 13. You're gonna put one in between the leaves and on the leaf. So you're gonna need bead stringing wire, and I like to use more than little because you can always cut off some and you can never add to it. So this is probably 15 inches. You're not gonna need that much, but just like I said, I always like to have more. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a bead on first, and then you are going to take your big piece and you're gonna go from the back side of your leather first. String that on, then put your little piece on from the back side. And then you're gonna add another bead. And then you're gonna go back through your leather through the front side. Through the small one and through the big piece. And you can see it's starting to do this little curve. And so now you add on another bead. Woo. And then start with the big leaf, go from the back side add your little leaf from the back side, add your bead. Now you're going to go through the front side of the leaf. So it's super easy. And then just push it over to your next bead, and you can see that it's just starting to come right along. Oh, so add a bead. So you want to add a bead in between each leaf and on the leaf. And always start with the bigger leaf on the back side. So run that through, get your smaller piece, run that through the back side, add your bead. Now run it through the front side. So you can imagine all of the different types of materials you can use. You're probably thinking in your head, oh my gosh, you're probably thinking of something I haven't even thought of. So there's just so many ways to make this necklace. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. Your leaves can be like tiny if you wanted to. You can use more leaves. It's up to you. Now you're just going to add your last bead on to the end of your necklace. And now from here, what you're going to do is take some chain. We sell a lot of chain here at JTV, so if you don't have any, go to jtv.com and shop away. Okay, so you're going to need some crimps, and you're going to need a crimper and some chain to attach the end of your necklace to. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bead stringing wire, you're going to take your crimp, and you're going to slide your crimp onto your bead stringing wire. And then you're going to take the end of your chain and slide that onto your bead stringing wire. And then you're going to take the end of your bead stringing wire and slide it back through that crimp tube. And it should look like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull that crimp tube up towards the chain till you get a small little loop. And then you're going to take your crimper and you're going to put it in between these two little teeth right here. And you're just going to crimp down. And this is the Amtara crimper, so it is one crimp and you're ready to go. If you're using the standard crimper, you know you have to do it 2 different times. But if you don't have one of these, this is super awesome. And then you're going to take your cutter and cut this little tail off because you don't need it. And then you're going to slide your piece up to that crimp you just made. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we're doing the other side and it's just the same as the one before. Add your crimp on. Take your bead stringing wire, slide it onto your chain. Take that bead stringing wire, feed it back through your crimp tube. And this time you're going to pull that crimp all the way down to your bead so it gets it really nice and tight. Okay, so you're going to take your crimper, go in, and you're just going to crimp that tube down. Boom. Then you're going to bring your cutter, cut that tail off, and because this chain already has a clasp on it, you're ready to go. And that is it. So that's how you make an autumn leaf necklace, and here are the tools you're going to need. You're going to need the hole punch to hole punch your leather on the sides. You're going to hole punch 12 pieces. You're going to need your cutter to cut the bead stringing wire at the end of your necklace. You're going to need some scissors to cut your leather in the shapes that you want it. You're going to need a marker to kind of draw out your pattern before you draw it onto your leather. And you're going to need some bead stringing wire to string your necklace. So you're going to need some leather. You're going to need some chain to connect your necklace at the end. You're going to need your crimp beads to attach your necklace to the chain, a crimper to crimp the ends of your necklace to your chain. If you want to pick up the supplies like the ones I used today, check out the links below. What fabric would you use to make your autumn themed jewelry? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. And now that you know how to make an autumn leaf necklace, you can say, I made this.